Something triggered here. Oh, I had a thing here. What is this? Oh, the retest of what is that? Palladium? No, platinum. The retest of platinum. All right, sure, go ahead. Let's see what happens there. Um, NASDAQ. 9 seconds left. Um, we're gonna sell one. There it is. All right, we're gonna put it right there. My goodness, all the lag. Okay, it broke through all of this, right? So maybe that's where it's pulling back to go short. We got to be below the opening range, right? We want to see a breakout to the downside on the opening range, so we got to put our entry there. See, that's 2,000 smackers. That's 2,000 smackers on the full opening range there. And if we're looking to go short, there it is. Are we still set up for short? Yeah. Right there. We are still below the 50, barely. TrendCloud signal firing off here on the 3 hour. Momentum, trying to get that momentum to come down, but we've got we're trying to break through that negative 100 there. So we're kind of in the middle of all of this, right? And now here we go. And now all of a sudden this is deciding to break out to the upside. I mean, this is definitely not something I would want to be a part of. This thing breaks out to the upside. Not sure what that's all about, right? Take a look. So it broke through this. Where did it go to? Right to there. Pulled right back to yesterday's opening range. Pulled back to yesterday's opening range. And now it's looking to break to the upside. Deep pullback. This is the consolidation that it broke out of, right? Yesterday's opening range. Right here. That's what it That's where it found support at this demand zone right here. Yesterday's opening range pulled back, and now it's starting to take off. Right? Massive pullback to the downside, massive pullback to the downside. If you can't identify the trend on the 1 hour chart, you're kind of screwed. Oh, here we go. What's going on here? Right to that first ADR checkpoint. It's about $3,000. Starting to. Here we go. Here we go. Boom. Let's see how this works out. Now we're definitely at this moment in time, right? We're below the 50, 1 hour CCI, below negative 100. That's what we want. And downtrend on the 3 hour chart, TrendCloud signal firing off. Okay. Just the risk is massive. It's over our max loss, right? It's over our max loss. Right here. Got to be right within that. Got to be right within that $500 amount, right? If we take it right above here, right, you're basically screwed. You've got to be right within that, within that amount. That's the problem here. The whipsaw usually ends up taking you out when you're in a situation like this because it's too expensive. Being that we're simulating this, let's just see how deep into the shit we get and make a note of it. So the pieces that we have are the 3 hour downtrend, right? The context of the 3 hour downtrend. Got this massive move to the downside. Bearish candle forms the opening range. We're below the 50 simple moving average on the 1 hour chart. We're now at negative 141. This is exactly what we want to go short. And we'll see how this how this pans out for us. We want to fixate the direction, fixate the variable to go long, right? We want to fixate that variable to go long in our express funded account or combine because we really want the biggest and best moves. And the problem with taking moves that make you really anxious is that you're going to cut the profits short. You know, you want to cut your losses short, not your profits short. It's like, oh man, we've got $500. Like, close it out. You know, well, that's not going to do you any good in the long run, right? Making some money here as of right now. But again, the risk is really right about there. Right? Whoops. Oh, which is why, um, you'd have to do this on you'd have to do this on the micro. Let's go over to the 5 minute chart and watch this on the 5 minute. And we are ripped through that zone. Woo, here we go. There we go. So the 5 minute candle broke below. If we have some kind of shallow retrace, you'd still be okay. Go hitting 1,000. Starting to hit 1,000. And we'll see what happens. We were definitely guided by our system to take the short, right? We just have to survive any type of retest. If you wanted to, if you get risk free here, you're, you're going to be giving up a lot. What do we got here on this 5 minute candle? 1500. We're still really super, super expensive, right? And you want to be able to survive some kind of retest here to hit the big, to hit the big numbers. But to get risk free, keep it right above this candle here, maybe walk away with 235 bucks. I think that's the only way to play this out. Um, there you go, 1400. Wow. One contract, 1500, 1600. Really making a nice move. It's like, oh my God, I'd be out. I've got everything set here on the combine for, a $1,500 move. I would have made it. I would have made it. I would have made that move. Let's see if we can hit this ADR checkpoint here for 3 grand. I think at this point, I think you definitely want at least $1,000, right? Not gonna, you're not gonna leave $1,000 on the table. $2,000 we're at. $2 grand. Heading for that ADR checkpoint. See if we can make it. Let's see if we can make that ADR checkpoint. Otherwise, we just take what the market gives us, right? Every penny. Follow this sucker down. Put it right above that 5 minute candle. So you see the danger in this, right? The initial risk was quite a lot, right? So quite a lot. And there we go. Almost there. So look, we've got a great system, right? We've got a great system that tells us, tells us the best information for the opening range as far as direction. And we're almost there. I think we just hit it. I think we just hit it, actually. We definitely hit it. It just didn't go off. It did not, it did not get us out. Really moving. My goodness. That's because of the lag, I bet. But we're hitting that we are hitting that ADR checkpoint there. We are hitting that ADR checkpoint. I want that three. I want the 3 grand. I want it to say 3,000 hit. The moral of the story is um, we did it, right? We used our knowledge in conjunction. There it is. All right. So we used our knowledge in conjunction with our strategy. Um, and that's what gave us the best move, right? Little over $3,000. And oh, we're making money on our other trade too. So we did the same thing on palladium. Oh, wow, really nice. Palladium is heading towards ADR as well. Um, we can go over the palladium trade. Palladium, right? Here's the opening range. Um, all the way back here. Remember, it's a metal. So all the way back here, you can see the 50 crossing the blue line to the downside, right? That's that 5089 crossover that we were using for gold. And palladium pulled back, but we still have that 5089 crossover to the downside. And we've got the opening range here. Um, platinum. I'm sorry, platinum trades much smoother than gold, right? It follows that system really nicely as far as the opening range goes. So we have the 5089 crossover on the 1 hour chart, and it just kept going down, 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 down. And we have not crossed back over. Um, got the breakout to the downside, and I said, okay, well, if it retests the opening range, we'll take the move, and that's what it did. Retested the opening range, and making a move back. The metals tend to swing all the way up and all the way down, so it might take us out here. You can follow this down on each 5-minute candle. But you can see has the potential to come all the way back up to this trend cloud and then make a move down, or all the way back up to here, which we don't want that to happen. So you can only take what the market gives you. See if this will make its move all the way down. So that is your trend cloud system, and that is how it will function for you. It's a great price action mapping system. And when you use it in conjunction with that opening range breakout strategy, it works very well. Um, we are trying to fixate that directional variable and say, hey, we only want to take longs. Today, both of the shorts worked, and great. All right, it's probably going to pull back. It'll let it do whatever it's going to do. Let's go back to the NASDAQ here and just watch and see what happens. So we hit ADR. See how the strongest moves never retest the opening range? Strongest moves never retest. That's why you've got to take the opening range, the actual breakout. And if it does retest, you want to see a shallow retest, right? You want it to come back up, just shallow retest, and then go, just like it did with palladium, platinum, I mean. Did the same thing with platinum, right? Came back, actually went pretty deep. Went pretty deep here. 1 minute left. Lock in 700 and see what happens, right? Back to NASDAQ. ADR, great, really, really great target. We love ADR, right? And we drew this out before. We drew out the demand zone kind of like this, right? Where we said, okay, 1 hour chart. Here's the 3 hour. It's really this thing, right? Rally, base, rally, right? And draw the whole thing out like that. So there's the demand zone that we're using as a target for our short right in there. And what's happening? Maybe it comes back up into here and then makes another move down. But essentially, what you're getting out of the opening range is this move out, that leg that moves out first. Um, then if you want to let it run, you're gonna make $3,000, give back the $3,000 in hopes that it makes another move down. Yikes. This is a day trade. We don't really want to do that. So mentally, you want to make sure that you're focusing on the initial move out. You want to focus on that initial move out. And that's where you make your money, right? So $3,000 move there. We're still going. Platinum's still going, right? And that's that. So that's that's it for today, guys. That is the move. So we saw that it was coming, that we were going to be going short because we had put the pieces together. We said the context of the 3 hour trend is down. We're firing off a trend cloud signal. Here's a demand zone all the way down here. ADR is all the way down here inside of that demand zone. 1 hour chart, we're kind of in a pseudo trend, but price did break below the 50, right? We were right here. See, here's the opening range. Right here is where it broke below the 50 on the 1 hour chart. And we were also below um, negative 100 in it. And those indications, those components we put together and said, hey, if we're going to take this trade, it's probably going to be short. And that's what we did, and it worked right to the target. So you got to put those pieces together, put those components together with the opening range. Use your knowledge of technical analysis along with your strategy, and it's going to always lead you um, to a better result, right? That's how you stay consistent with your profits. So that's that. I'm glad I got all this on the recording. I'll post it in the chat so you guys can review it. And that was good. That was a good day. Very good day. All right, gang. You got it, Eddie. I will see you guys tomorrow.